Hey guys, Brian Stevens with Mortgage Shots. Hey, listen, today I've got Scott Goldstein and I've got Wade Swindell. They're with Atlantic Trust Mortgage out of Jacksonville, Florida. You may or may not have heard, but they just had a lawsuit filed against them from United Wholesale Mortgage, and they have a very interesting story to tell about what their perspective is. This is the latest in what is now becoming a very long list of mortgage brokers who seem to run into trouble with United Wholesale Mortgage. So how are you guys doing today?
We're doing good. Outside of a lawsuit, we're doing great.
Okay, so let's just jump right into this. Let's go into the backstory about how this whole thing came about and some decisions that you made leading up to this in terms of who you were going to use for your business, for your company, and how you came to those conclusions.
Sure. So, when UWM came out with the ultimatum that you had to pick between UWM or Rocket/Fairway, we decided to go with Rocket. We didn't like the fact that they were going to control who we could or couldn't use. Rocket has been a good lending partner of ours. And we just didn't like the fact that we were being controlled and told who we can and can't use. So we went the Rocket route. We terminated our relationship with UWM and we just moved forward with Rocket. It was about a year and a half later in November, December of 2022. We got multiple emails from UWM account executives just basically saying, hey, give us a try. We'd love to earn your business back.
And they had been reaching out to us for, almost 2 years at that point in time, consistently reaching out with us. And our answer to them consistently was, do we have to sign the addendum? Do we have to agree with the ultimatum? They always came back and said, yes, it's unfortunately you would be required to sign it. Our response was always, then things haven't changed and we're not going to do business with you.
So then it was in December 2022, a different account executive reached out to us, sent an email. He's the number one AE within UWM. We really need to give him a try. My response, via email was, we would be open to doing business with them, but we will absolutely at no point sign your ultimatum addendum.
Okay.
We went back and forth a few times. He came back and said, well, what if we gave you a 60-day trial? You work with us, see if you like us. And if not, if it's not up to what you're expecting, then you go back to Rocket. We said, as long as we don't have to sign the addendum, we will give you a try. So
can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
So when he said that, use us for the next 60 days, you didn't sign an addendum. So right. I would presume then that you were under the impression that you could use Rocket or you could use United Wholesale. You were just bringing United Wholesale on board as an option. Is that correct?
100%.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Correct. We got an email from another person at UWM, sent us our comp level agreement and just said, you need to agree to the terms. We signed it and sent it back. After that, our account executive again said, hey, just to confirm, you're agreeing to this. However, if you don't like the way we work, you have, all rights to go back and work with Rocket.
But that agreement that they sent was just a lender compensation agreement. It was not an ultimatum. It was not the addendum to, choose us over Rocket.
Okay. And you read everything and you know that to be true.
Oh yeah. We've got the document.
Gotcha. We've got copies of it.
100%. So over the next, all of last year, 2023, we were primarily using Rocket, and we would use UWM, as needed. We decided, Wade and myself, we're thinking about going down the correspondent channel, become a correspondent lender. And UWM, was repeatedly reaching out to us, asking us if we would like to do that with them. We did have discussions with them. We had some of their our AE and his boss flew down here, took us to dinner talking about it. We did tell them we were having the same discussions with Rocket Mortgage. We were negotiating back and forth on, what that's going to look like. And then it was last Wednesday, we, made a decision along with our leadership team that it was a best fit for us to move forward with Rocket. So I sent them a text saying that, we've decided to move forward with Rocket. His response was, we're sorry to hear that, but, best wishes in the future. And then 2 days later, they filed a lawsuit against us, which obviously they had this prepared well in advance because your attorneys aren't going to be able to prepare that quickly. So this was basically their way of saying either work with us or we're filing a lawsuit against you.
So, have you had a chance to look at the lawsuit yet?
We haven't even
Yes.
been served.
We haven't been served,
We haven't
but it's
been
been
served.
sent to
Yeah,
us.
it's been sent to us.
Okay. Have you spoke with anybody over at Rocket?
We, yes, and we are supposed to be speaking with some of their counsel in the next day or two.
So that's with Rocket. You spoke with Rocket's people?
Yes.
Okay. And have you spoke with anybody with respect to this over at United Wholesale? Have you reached back out to that account rep and says what gives here? Our conversation was that this wasn't going to happen. Have you had that?
So I reached out to the senior VP who was making these offers to us. I sent him a text on Monday. He said he just got out of surgery and he would be able to get back to me either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday. I have subsequently reached out to him probably 4 different texts and a call, and no response whatsoever.
I'd love to see the addendum that we supposedly signed. I don't know how they can hold us liable for breach of contract for something that we absolutely did not sign. Right. No one has sent us a copy of the all-in agreement showing that we signed anything. Now we're forced to defend ourselves, and as far as we know, they have nothing from us saying that we ever agreed to this.
Let me ask you this: if there was never an ultimatum, or the ultimatum on the table, if that never existed, would you have continued using Rocket and United Wholesale, depending on which one better served your client at the time?
100%. That's our job, is to provide the best options for our clients.
So it was the ultimatum that forced you to kind of pick or choose, and because they were taking away what you believe to be your independence as an independent mortgage broker 100%. And also an independent business owner, you said, well, I'm not going to let somebody do that to me, and so I have to choose this option even though I don't want to. Is that accurate?
I mean, we've always had a great relationship with Rocket, but Rocket's not the one that put this addendum and this ultimatum in front of us. It was UWM, and just exactly what you said. We as business owners and for our staff to be able to pick and choose what's best for our clients, they're taking that away from us.
And my understanding is working with United Wholesale is their systems are absolutely fantastic. They're second to none. They're great to work with. I'm assuming you kind of liked working with United Wholesale at the time, right?
We enjoyed it. They're a good lender. They've got good products and programs that are good for clients. So yes, if we had the option to work with both, we absolutely would.
So now at this point, what's your next move? Have you contacted a legal team for yourself, or just through Rocket?
We have not. We have not been served yet, but we have a call with some attorneys, so we're going to figure out the best course of action.
If you could have a conversation with the folks over United Wholesale right now, is there one specific message you'd like them to hear first and foremost?
Yes. You came knocking on our doors looking for our business. In good faith, we said that we will give you a try. You, in good faith, said, okay, let's go down this path and see if it's a good fit. As soon as we decided that there was another lender that was a better fit for our company, you decide to sue us. That's not representing the broker world. That's not representing us being an independent broker. And the fact that they're doing this to multiple companies, brokers throughout the nation, I don't understand how they can do that. I mean, we're a small company. We've got families. We've got people that we need to provide employment for. And they're trying to take that away from us when they came to us asking for us to give them a try. And this is how they treat their so-called partners that they want to work with. Yeah. And I read some articles that, that UWM spoke people have said that we were in breach of contract. We don't have a contract. Like, they've never sent anything to us to sign. So if they can provide this ultimatum that we signed, okay, now we can at least have a discussion. And, if we were in breach of contract anytime in 2023, while we're sending loans to both companies, I feel they should have come to us and said, hey, you're in breach of contract. You either need to stop sending business to Rocket or terminate your relationship with UWM. There was never a conversation for the entire year we were doing business with them. It's almost like they were waiting for the bill to escalate and grow, and then basically give us another ultimatum. Either you work with us or we're going to sue you, and here's the bill you're going to pay.
They had access over that year. They knew that you were working with Rocket.
Numerous occasions. Yeah, we told them on numerous occasions, we are still working with Rocket.
They essentially just let the tab run on us, and then forced us into doing business with them by dangling this over our heads.
But we absolutely, we're a 20-year-old business. We are not going to lay down to them. We're not going to allow them to control what we do. So yeah, I mean, we will absolutely 100% fight it.
I guess my point is, and now I'm just getting in the weeds here, but I've always just kind of thought, like, without the ultimatum, I actually think that United Wholesale would probably get more business, because there's a lot of people out there who said, hey, listen, if it's gonna be a yes or no, then the answer is no.
Right.
Like the ultimatum, if you have better systems and great pricing, and everybody sings the praises of these guys and like how they run their business, I always thought it would benefit them to have not taken this approach. I don't understand it. It doesn't. It's never.
I don't understand it as well.
I mean, business partners typically don't give each other ultimatums.
Right. Exactly. That's a really great way of putting it, isn't it? You know, if you're partners and we're all striving towards the same goals, you know, lawsuits and ultimatums are probably not the best way to go about getting your business where it needs to be. It kind of seems like it's more, it's all about me and it's really none about you.
Right. And at the end of the day, we're making decisions that's best for our clients, the consumer, and they're taking that away. So their philosophy on, you know, being the best and biggest in the business, I mean, what are you doing if you're not allowing us? I mean, it should be consumer first. And it's not. It seems like it's UWM first.
Well, and it's like they already are the best. They already are the biggest. I kind of think at this point, you need to start thinking about your legacy. How are you going to be remembered? Like, and right now you have a really great chance to leave a great impression on clients and mortgage brokers alike. I mean, you could run off into the sunset and be the hero to everybody if you so chose to. It's like we're making a choice right now to single out brokers. And frankly, you're right. These things ruin lives. I mean, they tear lives apart of brokers, and you're not the only ones. I've read some pretty horrifying stories, and they kind of break your heart. Your heart goes out to these brokers who are building these businesses only to have them crushed by somebody who they put their trust in. Hey guys, This is like so powerful. I think that every mortgage broker deserves to hear this message. And just know what's going on. Make your own decisions. I'm not saying to work with United. I'm not saying to not work with United. I'm saying you just need to know everything that's going on so you can make informed decisions. Guys, thank you so much. And I'm going to keep in touch with you as this thing goes forward. And man, I'm with you on this one, dude. I'm really, our team over here is really rooting for you. So hang in.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Thanks for the opportunity to come on.
Thank you.